2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks from all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. They run it again with Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Cousins to throw it. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. You know, last week it was unbelievable how many times they were in the backfield. They had 7 sacks. Whatever they had for pregame meal last week, maybe they had it again.
I think they're going to continue to repeat it if they keep this up. But remember, we were at their facility, and we walked past the defensive meeting room, and what did it say over the door? Rush the passer. It's a philosophy. It's a statement. That's who they want to be, and they've been very successful with it.
Yeah, an opening drive sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they've got it well across midfield. Down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Right at the 40. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 16 carries, 61 yards.
How about we shine a little spotlight on the offensive line? Those big guys up front are creating nice space, nice gaps for them to run through. I think he's going to go for over 100 yards in this game.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the first down. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league that's told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early. That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins, complete, and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions.
Let's face it, everybody at the start of a game has a mental image of how they expect it to go, and I think that was going exactly as they scripted it offensively. Moving the ball well, seemingly in control, and that fumble, that's got to be a little bit deflating, don't you think?
Yeah, foiled the whole plan there, turned the ball over. Detroit gets set to go on offense, and it will be the 7th-year pro out of Cal, Jared Goff, leading the attack in his 2nd season as a Lion. Following the fumble recovery, Goff. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Haven't met a corner that's worth his salt yet that ever admits to worried about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
On 2nd and 10, Goff. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a 1st down.
Amon-Ra St. Brown set a Lions rookie record with 912 receiving yards, and over 60% of those came in the final 6 games of the season. He got better and better as the campaign rolled on. And when they went to him like he was their top receiver, he produced like it as well. And he certainly earned that spot here in his 2nd year, and he gets a 1st down for Detroit.
The numbers last week for Mitchell. He was no doubt a key piece to their puzzle in that victory.
And when this offense plays well, you just know who's going to be in the middle of everything, don't you? I mean, defense is going to say, we've got to take this guy away. He doesn't allow himself to be taken away, does he?
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. He'll get this off to Swift. They forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
They brought in a heavy set on third down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. The Lions at 2-0 here to begin the season. And off to exactly the start you're hoping for. Nothing for the fan base to complain about, at least not yet.
I like the way that you phrased that. Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a long ways to go. But they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way if they stay in that mode throughout the season.
22 yards there, a first down. From the red zone now, Goff. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Goff. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. James Mitchell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Their first passing touchdown of the ball game, and they go to the big tight end in those sure hands, and he provides the score.
Certainly looked like they were focused on taking away other weapons, and he certainly made them regret that because he found the soft spot, ended up taking it to the end zone. Nice throw, too, to complete the play.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
On 2nd and 11 now, Cousins. Open man is Osborne, he's got it. Finding space at the 40. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. First connection there of the afternoon for those two. Let's go for a first down. First down, here's the run with Cook. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. After one, 7-0 on the East. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it 2nd down and 11. To throw is Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Throwing, Cousins. Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline.
Some good games coming up here in Week 3, the first weekend of fall officially. And tonight, the Niners and Broncos from Denver. 49er fans are probably saying, wait, I thought we were done with Russell Wilson. No, they'll see him tonight. And then on Monday night, Cowboys and Giants from MetLife Stadium kicking off at 8:15 Eastern.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And this will wind up a Lions first down as he gets this up to the 24-yard line.
Swift split carries down the middle with Jamal Williams in 2021, but he's one of Detroit's busiest players in the passing game. He caught 62 passes, 2nd on the team, and 4th among NFL running backs. His showing could convince the Lions to make him their RB1.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Goff. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's right.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
On 2nd down, Swift.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun. Goff. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long.
They'll look to throw here. Man open, it's St. Brown, he's got it. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
A play fake for Swift. Now Goff.
And it's caught. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Quick toss by Goff is complete. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. DJ Chark, a 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Lions have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Seibert on for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told.
And it's DJ Chark who finishes it off with a touchdown reception.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Cousins now to throw on first down. Throw left side, complete. That's Cook. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Cousins on first down. Setting up the screen for Cook. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To the air again, it's Cousins. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points. But he could not get that to stick. And that is a golden opportunity wasted there. Cousins from the gun on third. Forced out. And he can't find a receiver. And he's brought down. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we have come to halftime, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So here are the Lions to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Third quarter starts with a run from Swift. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A shotgun snap for Goff. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Goff now looking to throw. Complete. This is Mitchell. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Goff. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
wrestles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Vikings slow to get up.
So now following the sack, often the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mitchell. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 40. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. He's got it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon.
And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now Cousins. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Cousins to throw it. Open man, it's Rager. He's got it. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 30. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Cook up the gut. 42 yards on the ground for him so far.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
From the 24, Cousins. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Vikings get a bit closer. Joseph connects on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
Again, Goff. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now it's gone. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
Go off a handoff here to Swift.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
Charles, we get a look at the Lions 2022 draft class. And this class will probably be remembered for the guy that they took number 2 overall, the hometown kid, Aiden Hutchinson. But beyond him, really a lot to like about this group that Detroit brought in.
And Brandon, it's not often that any kid doesn't want to go number 1 overall in the draft. But Aiden Hutchinson, he was ecstatic to go number 2 and go to the home state Detroit Lions. And how about the Lions trading up from 32 to take wide receiver Jamison Williams? Speed, speed, speed.
On 4th down, Goff departs, and Austin Seibert is out there for the Lions field goal now.
Seibert able to knock this one through, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7.
And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
This will be fielded inside the 5, and he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. On 2nd and very short, Cousins.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
In this spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Goff.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
And this complete to Mitchell.
And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. On 4th down, Goff departs, and Austin Seibert is out there for the Lions field goal now.
Seibert's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
And now out comes Minnesota.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Here's Cousins. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. And complete right side to Cook. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackle. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins. This is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. KJ Osborne. His 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that cuts this lead down to 13. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number...
Touchdown, Detroit!
Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for 2.
They'll try to run with Swift.
And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Taking it about the 1. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Meanwhile,
and it's a fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions.
Cousins pass complete. Fumble on the play. Recovered by Detroit.
And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Following the fumble recovery, Goff. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. A play fake for Swift, now Goff.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Seibert able to knock this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
And the Vikings now heading onto the field.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Now you got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
1st down, here's Cousins. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Well, the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Again, it's Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. T.J. Hawkinson, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Cousins will try and throw. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. No run back here from Raymond. This will be a touchback. Detroit's offense ready to take over. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on.
Throwing now, Goff. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Off play action. Here's Goff.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And that is incomplete. We're still throwing the football here. Obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. And unable to connect. It's incomplete. And the clock stopped at 8 seconds.
So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and controlled you have to remain as a defender. That's a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against him.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down. Play action. It's Goff. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes